Hello everyone. I would like to share my project idea on this foresight project. I was born and raised up in a small village where most people practice farming activity, but due to the limited information on the better farming practice and better farming techniques, they end up harvesting low yields, so they end up having low profit, and they are not sure of their food security. But also, most of children in the family, especially in the rural areas, suffer from malnutrition. So because they don't get enough food, and the food availability is still a problem to these families, and only because they keep farming on traditional ways, which is not environmental healthy, but is not efficient to boost their economic status. So currently they are doing traditional farming, but I come up with this project idea to ensure they get access to the information on agricultural field, especially from research outcomes and research discovery, so that they can adopt new farming practices and new farming technologies so as to boost their economic condition. So my project comes in to ensure I establish a research outcome, research delivery center, so as to ensure we do conduct a lot of research and we deliver the outcome to these small scale farmers. So basically there are many research institutes, but mostly located in town, so the farmers in rural area have no access to this information. But as well as most of farmers are very poor, they cannot afford having smartphones, and sometimes there's network problems, so even there is they have a smartphone, they can hardly access the agricultural information, basically research outcomes and discovery. So the idea is to establish research center which can conduct a lot of research and deliver the outcomes to these small-scale farmers in the rural area. But then this project has two main objectives. The first one is to have a research center that is will be conducting research, but then to go through the research done by other people, mostly especially the agricultural experts, and deliver the research outcomes to the farmers in the rural area. Again, we'll have the experimental units that will be especially for testing this new discovery and research outcomes before delivering them to the small-scale farmers. For example, there may be research on best variety of some crops or livestock. So before delivering this information to farmers and influencing them to use this outcome, will have experimental units. We will be testing those facts and figure being provided by researchers, so that the farmers can come in our center and learn practical skill. And we're expecting to have this research center in every district of the country, so as to have an easier and accessible way of reaching our small-scale farmers. This is very important to community and farmers as well, and because it can ensure they have a better farming techniques that will be very efficient in maximizing their productivity. They can have very healthy crops, but as well as they can increase their yields, and they can finally move from the absolute poverty to a good stage of their livelihood. So this research center will help them to adopt new technology and a good research discovery, so that they can have a good income from their farming activity. But this will also empower women groups who mostly depend on men for their livelihood, most widower, and this household, most of households in Zanzibar, they have a large number of people, starting from 5, 7, and so these families suffer a lot because of the economic condition. So by improving this farming activity from farmers, they can still support their family to improve their livelihood and have a good economic condition. But also this can reduce dependence level from women and from children to their parents, because they can have a very profitable farming activity that will be beneficial for their livelihood, to have a good farming practice that will give them good crops, as well as improving their economic standard. So the innovative part of this project is to give the easier accessibility of the agricultural information to our farmers, so they can have a good access to the information and they can adopt new technology in very easy and accessible way. So this will also ensure their food security and sufficient food availability to farmers and their surrounding community that mostly suffer from the food inavailability and insufficient. Some households may have maybe 1 or 2 meals a day, and they cannot actually choose or opt what to eat in every day, but they actually have they can eat what they have for those days. So I hope this project will help them to improve their farming activities and have a better farming techniques that will give them good yields and give them a profitable income that will be for their sustainability. But then they will ensure the environmental health is conserved